When we're learning the Hebrew alphabet, I introduced the concept of something called the Dagesh, and specifically the Dagesh Lene. We learned that the Dagesh Lene, or some people call it the small or weak Dagesh, goes in 6 letters known as the Beged Kafat letters. These are Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, and Tav. We learned that when there's a Dagesh Lene in these, some of these letters are pronounced differently, specifically Beit, Kaf, and Pei. But there's another way that these dots, or what we call the Dagesh, function. And this is called the Dagesh Forte, or the strong Dagesh, literally. Dagesh Fortes are different from Dagesh Lene, and that's going to be really important for you to know. What does a Dagesh Forte do? Well, a Dagesh Forte indicates that that consonant or that letter is repeated twice. But instead of writing it twice, they express the repetition by simply putting a dot in the letter. We know that even in English, we do similar things, right? For example, the word meanness. Here, English repeats 2 consonants. One, the letter N. The first N closes the first half of the word, mean. And the second N begins the second half, that is ness, so meanness. So instead of writing these letters twice, what Hebrew does is it just puts a dot in the letter to represent that it is written out twice. The Dagesh Forte can't go on any letters. One thing that you're going to learn, and it's very important for you to learn, is that remember there's those 4.5 guttural letters, that is Aleph, Hey, Chet, Ayin, and Resh. For these guttural letters, they cannot take the Dagesh. They reject it, actually. But a Dagesh Forte can appear in any other letter that's in the Hebrew alphabet. At this point, some of you might be worried. Well, how can I tell between a Dagesh Lene and a Dagesh Forte if it's in a Beged Kafat letter? Great question. Well, you don't have to worry too much about that, but let me answer your question. The key way to distinguish between a Dagesh Lene, which functions and only appears in the Beged Kafat letters, those 6 letters, and serves to make a pronunciation distinction, versus a Dagesh Forte, which indicates a doubling of letter. Here's the golden rule. It is a Dagesh Forte if the letter is preceded by a vowel. So let's look at this one. Ha, ben. Can you see that the word ben, which means sun, is preceded by what we call this syllable ha, hey, and a patach? Well, because there's a patach in front, this ah sound before the word ben, you know that that Dagesh, that dot in Beit, is serving as a Dagesh Forte. Let's look at when it's not a Dagesh Forte. Let's look at the word davar. Davar can mean matter, and you can see that the first letter, Dalet, has a Dagesh in it. Well, there's no vowel that's preceding that Dalet, therefore you know that that Dalet has to be a Dagesh Lene.